How's it
Start
going?
recording.
All right, I am talking.
I'm talking.
Brian, keep talking.
I'm talking, and I'm telling Mike to shut the fuck up.
All right, you guys talk.
Hello,
Oh,
Brian.
Okay,
Hey,
good.
yo,
yo.
Christian.
All right, cool. All right,
Uh,
everything's good. Shall we?
All right,
Shall we?
yeah,
We
let's
shall.
let's do it.
Let's
Boom!
start it off.
Another goddamn new guess who dis. I have my beautiful co-host Brian over here.
Don't touch me, you animal.
And who do we have here, Brian?
We got the boys from Rites of Torment. Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
Gonna come.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
Golf clap
Rites
for
of Torment.
Cello and Christian from Rites of Torment.
Thank you, man.
What's going on with you guys? How are you today?
Pretty good, man.
Good.
Right now, actually, I had just finished recording and mixing and mastering our recent, song that we just had. So
Ooh.
should be expecting big things coming.
Aren't you fucking fancy?
I think I know which one is it.
Yes, I bet you do.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
guys
we're
play it
just
at the later
technically
show?
we actually won't because so our drummer Enrique had to kind of step out of the show due to like work scheduling, but we do have a fill-in drummer, and it is the vocalist of this hardcore band called Break the Cycle. His name is Nick Ayala,
Oh, Nick Ayala.
and yeah, he used to be also seen in Bad Blood. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that band.
I am.
I was also familiar with Bad Blood. They were hot for like a year or two.
Yeah,
and then they fell apart, which was sad to see.
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, he's in other bands too, like 18th Amendment and The Claim, but we are very grateful for the fact that he wants to do this show with us because it is a pretty big show.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously like we wouldn't want to take, the L to step out of the show completely.
And for everybody who is listening to this right now, what show are you referring to?
This is the Within Destruction show at the WC Social Club. It's next Wednesday on February 8th. And on the lineup we have I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with, but Fox Lake,
No.
Carcosa,
I know Carcosa.
and
I don't.
Those guys are-
and these two locals are Blight and Them's Fighting Words are on the bill too.
Oh, shit.
Okay, very cool.
Stack lineup. It's a good day.
Pretty stacked lineup, I see.
Ah. Unfortunately, this is going to air after that show, so
Yeah.
you guys did great. It's a good
Right
show.
on time.
Totally, right?
Nick did so well.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me yell out the same shit I did back at Exit Saloon.
Yo, that show was fun, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That show was fun. However, I will say there were so many hiccups, like prior to starting the show, but we're not gonna get into those.
We're like,
I'll
where's those
get
sound?
into it. That was ridiculous.
Look over Dimitri.
Yeah,
Right? I'm
dude.
saying, where the sound guy at, man? What sound guy at this point?
Oh man, yeah, that was rough.
It was pretty
That
damn
was
rough.
rough. If you
That guy was.
I was gonna say if you sat on like the outside, area where all the like where all the stalls were for food and all that, all I
Yeah.
could hear just vocals right in my face that were just blown out, and I'm like, this is.
The thing is, whose idea is it to like have the vocals monitors like all the way over there and not on the stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Dimitri was an animal that night. He was
Yeah,
like,
he was all over the
running.
place. He just kept going back and forth that whole night.
Like, I remember I remember there was a moment when we were playing, and I could just see his tall ass just like touching the speaker right next to the bathroom, like moving it back and forth. I'm like, what are you doing, But
Right.
nobody really gave a shit because, like, we were like the star, pretty much, of the night.
Well, I think once
Yes.
you guys, the ball started getting rolling, like I felt like everybody was really like on board. Like they were just trying to make the best out of it. And if you weren't where I was at, I moved, and I'm like, oh, you know what? It doesn't sound bad when you get up. So when you get up closer.
Just not
You
too
know?
close, because I was throwing myself at everyone in sight.
Right. Jumping off the stage, that little ass
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah, right after I got up, I just jumped at anyone in sight. If I ended up hurting anyone, I'm not sorry.
Oh my god. Those
I don't think
children,
nobody gave
Brian.
a shit.
No, nobody
I
gave
don't
a
think
shit.
nobody gave a shit. I mean, I've seen the videos. I mean,
Yeah.
they were intentionally doing it on purpose.
Yeah,
Woke
no,
up
shit
with a
was
couple
fun.
bruises. That's all.
Yeah.
Same here. I
Yeah.
did too. Even my
I
right knee
will,
was hurting a bit.
I'll give you guys props. You guys were able to get, like, that was a pretty massive crowd. Like, it's very difficult to get people to draw outside of basically Chicago. Outside of the city. And that was one of those venues that popped up, the Exit Saloon, that's pretty much brand new. And they haven't had much of a bunch of crowds going there, so you guys pulled a ridiculous crowd for being like basically a show outside of Chicago.
Up until everyone's cars were getting towed.
A
That
lot of
was-
people left, but that was thankfully after our set, so everybody that needed to see us saw us. So
Yeah,
That's good.
but shit was still fucked up. I had to run from my car in the gravel lot. I was like,
Yeah.
bro, where am I gonna park now?
That's
I'm not
funny.
gonna lie to you. I actually felt bad for the bands that played after us because they were really good.
Yeah.
And I feel like those people that left because their cars got towed, it kind of sucks for the ones that played after us. They,
Oh yeah,
you
that
know,
that whole night was
what a bummer.
kind of a mess, but I felt like everybody tried to make the best of it, and you guys sounded great. So
I heard there was a wrestling match there. I had to leave at some point because I was kind of paranoid of where I was parked after the whole Gravelette situation. But I heard Dimitri was wrestling some dude, and then I think you, Cello, you were the referee.
bro, it was a 3 count. The dude was done. I was like,
Oh, shit.
it's over.
I
That's
wish I
good.
could have
Oh, man.
stuck around and see that. I can't believe I'm salty for missing that.
I'm glad actually Mike Lowy got a picture of that fucking scene. I didn't even see him, but
I
he got a
saw
picture.
that too.
Pretty sick.
And there's also a picture that Mike Lowy took where I'm on top of Brandon, and then
I
like
never
I'll
saw
send the
that
picture. I'll send you the picture later, but I was like, where did this come from? And it was during her worst nightmare set.
Oh,
shit. Like-
nice.
Everybody was kind of shit faced at that point because they were the last band. But I don't know. Like other than that, it was a really 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 fun night. Despite all the little problems people had to deal with.
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
All right. Well, you know what? I have like one important question. Now that we're gonna get shit started over here. I'm sorry, Mike.
No, it's fine. I was gonna. I
What were you
know.
gonna
I
say?
know. We had him on already for a past episode, and honestly, I don't remember what questions we asked leading
It
up
was just-
to.
It was
this
just the
horrible
one
game.
question about like what horrible game. God damn it, Mike. What's the ban all about? But hey, you never know. Some people may have not watched that episode.
You're a bad viewer if
Yeah.
you haven't. It's I don't know what to tell you.
It's your fault.
It's your fault. It was a good episode. God damn it.
Yeah. it
We were
was.
wearing Christmas sweaters.
It was my favorite episode. It's really festive. I fucks with
Aw,
it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I put a lot of work into that set. I was very proud of that set.
And we had to take it apart.
Yeah, yeah.
Woke up, fucking found his Christmas outfit, got his
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hot chocolate,
Yeah,
looked
yeah,
good.
yeah. Yeah, I went to the dollar store. I bought a tablecloth, a Christmas tablecloth,
Table.
yeah, a little mini Christmas tree. But yeah. So for people who have not caught that episode, what are you guys about? What would you say your style is?
How would
your
you describe
sound?
your genre?
Pretend I've never gone to one of your
Um,
shows. Hi, I've never gone to one of your shows.
I'll I'll let
What do you
Solo lead the
sound
way
like?
on this question.
Um, our genre is more like comprised of like I say death metal roots, but also deathcore, like early MySpace deathcore times. So,
What's
um,
deathcore? Is that like screamo?
like
Ignore the boomer here.
like Blood Runs Black, you know. Maybe even like we got a lot of like compliments saying that we sound like a lot like Job for a Cowboy. So
Mm,
like that music like that, you know. So
very cool.
Did you know
um,
that Job for a Cowboy recently came back as a band?
yeah, I just saw.
yeah,
I'm fucking
I'm
excited.
so stoked for that.
There's a lot
Um,
of good things happening.
Yeah.
They announced like 3 new festivals that are coming, a bunch of tours.
I
It's
actually
gonna be.
want to go to Milwaukee Death Fest.
I saw
Oh
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was
oh
like,
yeah,
holy
Looks good.
shit.
It
that
looks
we
bill.
should all plan a little road trip.
Let's
You
go.
know,
Sounds like a plan. All right, so the next question would be what was the inception of Rites of Torment? Like, how did you guys come together?
so as maybe you might or might not know, but me and Solo, we were in another band called Station Six. We were more of a just trying to do like a straight up early 2000s style metalcore, I like As I Lay Dying, for
Park
example.
type
Right.
shit.
So after a few years of being in that band, we just kind of disbanded for I guess creative differences with
Mhm.
the rest of the other members that were with us at the time. So then after that, it was just me and him for a good while, and we were just kind of sitting down a couple of times, just kind of thinking like, what do you want to do? Like should we start a new project or call it quits or and just move on with our lives, you know?
Call it
Mhm.
quits and find a
Um,
real job. No, I'm joking.
yeah. um, at the time, this was during like the pandemic, you know, like mid pandemic. So I would say like mid 2020,
Right.
you know.
Okay.
So like we were just having discussions like, what should we do? So we just kind of came to the conclusion of like, let's just start something fresh, you know, let's find new people, even though it's gonna take a while because it is not as obviously as you may know, it is not easy to find members, you know, just like that, you know.
Dedicated members
And
as well.
Yep.
yeah, dedication is key when it comes to finding new people.
Yeah.
Because it's a process, man. Like you gotta first you gotta meet them, and then you gotta get along with them,
Yeah.
and then you gotta be comfortable around each other. You know,
Yeah, make
it,
sure you're able to work with them. Obviously,
Mhm.
it
then it's gonna be a
exactly.
disaster.
And we had
Mhm.
like members that like we try to like talk to and bring in at the moment, especially like drummers and stuff. But like sometimes they just don't work, and that's fine, you know. Like on to the next. You don't want to waste time or whatever. We all have like the same mindset here. We all know how a band
Right.
works, and yeah, like sometimes it just doesn't work out. But you know, I'm glad that we found the members that we have right now and today, and we all get along so good. You know,
That's
we
good.
can like fuck around, make any type of joke. It doesn't matter. We all know each other's sense of humor and each other's work ethic. You know how it goes into the studio or at a simple day like practice. You know.
Right. Right. That's all that matters.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Definitely. Most
So
definitely.
yeah, technically it took us like almost a good year and a half to
Yep.
get this band together.
Oh shit. So this has been like in the works
It's
for like a long time.
yeah, very
Really long
we
time.
kept it very low key, you know. We didn't want to like just kind of like expose ourselves out there and have people expect music right
Yeah.
away from us, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So but like you said right now, like the guys that we have right now, they're great, you know, they're great people. They're very talented and we all get along, you know. So I think that's what matters a lot, you know, at the moment.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
it's crazy to see how much we've progressed since our first show.
Yeah, you
You know,
guys
like
progressed a whole lot quicker. For
Mhm.
like, especially for like a brand new band, the shows that you guys have been playing have been like very stacked, and you guys literally just get the crowd moving.
Yeah.
I will
hmm
say, for a band that is basically still kind of in its infancy, you guys also sound extremely like tight. You know, like very like I don't know when you have your first band. I don't know if you experience this, Brian, but
Yeah,
you're learning as you go, and maybe you don't sound the best. Maybe you don't have like the best equipment, or you're not at your best skill level yet. And you guys just, from the one show I saw you at the Exit Saloon, it sounded like you guys have your shit together. It's very tight, very concise.
yeah. I mean, that was the Exit Saloon is the third show you guys played, right?
The
Fourth.
yeah, it is. Oh, fourth. It is
Oh,
the fourth
fourth.
show.
Yeah, because I think I was able to make it to your second show, not the first one like I was supposed to, but
hmm
same thing with the third one. But yeah, that was like my second time seeing you guys. You guys always killed it.
Mhm. Thank you,
Even
man.
even that second one, dude. It's like even though it was pretty much an empty room. Like we pretty much we were the first band, and we had like the most people on the floor.
Yeah,
And then
Mhm.
after that, it's. I
We sound
mean,
amazing too. I love their sound in there. That shit's legit.
for
The-
West Chicago or
yeah.
yeah,
What?
it was.
yeah,
Oh,
Mhm.
WC. Yeah.
WC. Yeah, I like their
That
sound
place
as well.
is really cool. The only thing is it's so goddamn big. So unless you're
Yeah.
playing like with an actual headliner, like sometimes it's a little a little empty in there.
Yeah, a little empty. I
Then
mean,
again, too, because it's so far out there, like it's nobody's down to drive fucking 45 minutes
all
away.
the way to West Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Understand.
rough. It's got to be really good circumstances, basically.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
out of the 2 times we played there, I was only able to invite like maybe like probably like 3 or 4 friends.
What
that
were the 2 times? One was Soulfly.
We opened up for Soulfly when
Oh,
you were in Central Disorder, and
Yes.
then the second time was Vicious Attack. I was filling in for you that time.
Oh, right. It was
I was you, basically.
It was Ed Vorce's CD release, no, or was it
No,
Biosynapse?
Art of the Flesh.
Art of the Flesh? Right. And then I played there once with Central Disorder, where we opened up for Psycho Stick.
I wasn't in the band at the time.
Yeah. It was a couple different lineup changes. But yeah, so it's a pretty cool place. Where I went recently, where I don't think any of us are going to play. I just went to the Radius in Chicago. Are you familiar with the Radius?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We,
we.
I think
What's up?
we saw August Burns Red at the Radius before.
What'd you think?
Venue's amazing. It's like a club, as you can tell, they host a lot of like EDM shows there. But to see like metal being played and hosted over there, it's pretty cool. Like another venue. It's
Right.
huge. I like it better than Concord. I'll say it.
I've never gone to Radius. I was gonna go. I was supposed to go with him the same day he went because Anthrax was there, and I'm like, I want to see Anthrax again.
Yeah.
So
I want to see.
yeah,
Yeah,
I just,
Anthrax. So.
yeah, dude. Me and my wife went, and as we were going through the doors, like everything was so easy and streamlined to get in and out. It was like, there was a person ahead of the line who gave us all our 21 up wristbands, and another person who was like, all right, like take all your shit out of your pocket now.
Out your pocket.
And
Yeah.
they frisked us, and it was so quick, it's so quick, and then we go
Sir,
inside.
what's in your front pocket? Get that out right now.
It's my cock.
Hey,
Nice cock, bro.
you can't take my Pringles.
Yeah, they have a very, very organized staff.
But then you go
No.
inside, and then there are like 10 or 12 bars along the side of the stage.
Oh yeah. That's how they make all their money.
It's
I
genius.
do like that. Like fucking 6 different bathrooms there too.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's so smart.
shit.
They went
But
about
you know
it
what's
so smart.
you know what sucks about that place though? The parking.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
The parking sucks, dude.
I was supposed to see Cradle of Filth there, and this is a funny story that I'm gonna include on this.
Okay.
So on the day of, I didn't check that they switched to the Concord, so I went to the Radius.
Oh.
Everything was empty, and I was like, "Did I miss the show or something?" Only for me to find out, and because I had parked my car like in Chinatown, so I had to walk it all the way to the Radius. And I was like, "Oh, it's at Concord." I had to run back and then drive up north. Yeah, that was my experience at the Radius.
Yeah.
Wait, do you
Something's vibrating. Oh shit, that's
it's
me.
your phone.
Where's that coming from?
But yeah, I've never went in there before.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'm excited to go back there, and the sound did not suck, which is great.
Sound did not suck.
Oh, it sounds fabulous in there.
Yeah.
I went to I wanted to go to that Anthrax show, but mostly for Exodus.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, because I've never really seen that band. I'm not a big fan of Black Label like that.
Yeah,
But
not either.
Anthrax does put on a.
I've-
Yeah, it's just I went to the first part of their tour, only because Hatebreed opened up, and I had to drive all the way to Indiana, you know, because there was no Chicago date, and this
Right.
was like in August.
And now you got
So-
Hatebreed following you too.
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty cool.
I remember I woke up and I'm just like, this has to be some sort of fan page or some shit. And then I click on the profile and I'm like, oh, this is the legit one. You know?
Jamie Jester.
And cool.
He's a man. He's a great guy. Actually the whole band they're
Cool
so
people.
like humble. Yeah, for a big hardcore band like that, like we were hanging out with them for like a good hour,
Really?
just talking
Nice.
shit, and there was only like 4 people for the meet and greet, you know.
Okay.
Not bad.
So,
That's pretty cool though. All right, so I actually want like I have a second question. Okay. Why don't you guys tell us about your EP As Good as Dead? Like I guess how did that EP came together? You know, what was like the process of like making that EP?
Who'd you record with?
Yeah. Oh, that question too.
lead the way, Solo.
The process of writing that record. So obviously this was our first record, and we knew Christian and I from prior experience in our other band Station 6 that we needed to get material out there, so that not only so the fans and anybody can hear and so we can share and promote it, but so that we can play shows live. So
Right.
we just right away we knew that we needed like a good 5 songs. So then boom, we got a nice 20-minute set right there. So it's not like we rushed these songs and got it out the way. Brandon had already had like 2 of those songs, 3 of those songs. Yeah, 3 songs of those that are off that EP already done and written. So that was just my job to bring them in the studio, re-record everything, making sure it sounds nice and good. And yeah, by next time you know it, we just need 2 more songs ready to go. And that's when I put in my creative knowledge and had to start writing. And, you know, after that, the mixing and mastering process was really easy. It came to me pretty naturally.
Okay,
So-
so
Yeah.
you did it.
You were the one who did it, right?
Yeah, I did.
Very good.
So how does it feel to, you know, like to be mixing and mastering? Like I guess what I would like to ask, how did you get like so used to it that it comes to you naturally?
Well, I started producing at an early age, 15, 16. So
Oh shit.
like even Ableton, I love Ableton. I've been using the software for a while. I know how to do anything on that shit. But how did I get it to come out like so easier, like the process? I don't know, it's just I guess years of experience, I'd say. Our first record that I produced was obviously in Station 6. It was our EP called Shattered Dreams, and I was 17, 18 at the time. And it's if you ever listen to it, it's really early production, but you know, like I busted my ass for that to get that tone and to get it to come out how it came out. And I even tracked the drums. That's like the only EP anything out there that I've actually like tracked drums with like microphones and shit. So
Right.
I thought that was pretty cool because nowadays it's just programmed drums, man.
Mm.
you know,
R2D2 playing drums.
yeah. But you can tell like if you're like really into production and you listen to like anything that I've ever produced, you can definitely hear me progress as a producer. You know, each track, each record gets better than the other.
Right. I remember you. I think you were when you mentioned Station 6. I think you told me that you were the one who mixed and mastered the full length album you guys released back in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that shit
Hmm.
was hard, man. I was stressing the fuck out every night. Like
Mhm.
it's so hard to mix and master a whole album. You
Oh, I
know, trying
bet.
to get all the songs the same volume, have them all the same tone. You can have one song that sounds like this, and then the next one it sounds completely different,
Right.
and
Right.
like EQ or settings and stuff. So, that one was really stressful. It was really stressful upon myself. Like I was ready to just call it a quits and like this is a pre-pro. We're going to an actual fucking producer because this shit's not easy and it does take like a lot out of you.
Oh, I bet,
And
dude. I mean, I think it was like what 10 or 12 songs that you had on that
10,
album, or 10, right?
10, yeah.
Yeah, it must have been a nightmare.
Yeah, it was, but it was really fun to hear the ending product because each song I have on there, I place it in a specific order so that the next one jumps into the next one, in a different way, if you know what I mean, So at least
Yeah.
if you play the CD in your car, you wouldn't have to switch to the next song because like the next one kind of already merges into it. Whether if that be, for an example, like a reverse crash and
Right.
something creative, it's pretty cool.
Pretty sick, man. Yeah, that is pretty cool. So I would say, what are your guys' main influences? I guess like towards the music. Like what influenced? I guess what influences you guys as musicians? If I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, or what are
Um,
the band's influences? Or I guess both of y'all, since not the whole band is out here.
Yeah.
for me, kind of started at an early age. Um, so my dad, he grew up mostly into the 80s metal, like the big four, Exodus, and then going into like Korn and Slipknot, late 90s. So, um, so that was, I guess, my gateway, but I kind of like had to find my own way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, so the very first actual band, like with gutturals and screams was Converge. I'm not sure if you guys know them,
I heard of
but
Converge before.
I'm familiar.
so they're
Urge.
they're like they're like very they're like a metalcore and then influenced with hardcore, moments in there.
Yeah.
So that was the first band I got into. And then I discovered metalcore where with like the early bands like Bleeding Through, On Earth, um,
On Earth.
Darkest Hour,
Oh, hey.
Azalea Dying. Hey, there you go.
I was like, there
Yeah.
you go.
So then I discovered hardcore, and that was with I guess the '90s bands like Madball, Agnostic Front, Hatebreed, Terror, First Blood, Marauder, um, All Out War, and then
That's
from
pretty
there,
sick.
that's where my main influence came in, which was deathcore. And this was during when social media was already coming out, you know,
Mhm.
and I
MySpace.
guess yeah, like
MySpace.
MySpace. I was on
face,
MySpace.
yeah. So then from there, like Suicide Silence started popping out, early Carnifex and Whitechapel. So I pretty much started at a very early age, I just, since I was, I guess, like 7 when that was going around, like I wasn't able to like go to shows and witness like the early prime years.
Yeah, I mean, I would say
So,
the same. What happened, Mike?
so, but I guess my biggest influences for bands, specifically would just be, Hatebreed, Carnifex, Parkway Drive, Terror, uh, as Blood Runs Black, obviously, Despised Icon, Through the Eyes of Dead. And this deathcore band from Chicago actually called Jerome. I'm not
Jerome.
sure if you, yeah, so they're not on socials, I mean, on streaming platforms, but if you look them up on YouTube, like, and you just, take the time to listen to them, you can right away hear the early sound of deathcore,
I
you know?
thought you were about to say Oceano when you said Chicago deathcore band.
No, Shiano's good. It's just, I mainly for me, I only like their first three records. After that, it's kind of like whatever to me, you know?
Right. I guess I would say the same thing too. I mean, I think they recently came back, or like
They did.
they were like on a hiatus or something. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2017 was the last time they dropped an album. So it's been quite a while since we've heard from them.
What about you, Marcelo? What are your musical influences? I believe you were
Um,
finished with Christian.
it's pretty much the same thing as Christian. Like we're kind of like all born into that, like the same generation of music. But like with me, is like I first started out with um like alternative, I guess. Like I would listen to like at an early age, I loved Breaking Benjamin, or like new metal for me. If it was like Linkin Park, shit like that. And then like I just started getting into deathcore. I don't know. I think my cousin, she was the one that put me on with like Suicide Silence or some shit, or Chelsea Grin. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty sick. Just I was into guitar at the time. I'd play guitar, I'd learn songs and shit, songs I can play. And I mean, yeah, this has been pretty much my influence in terms of like music. I love bands. I love me metalcore. I love August Burns Red. I love progressive metalcore, like I guess maybe like Gent After the Burial, uh Era, Veil of Maya, stuff
Oh,
like
Veil of
that.
Maya is so good.
Yes,
I
for Chicago.
love August Burns Red's Christmas albums.
Yeah, that's
They
the
actually they released a new song recently, or didn't they? Or
yeah. I
They
love that
released a
song.
whole
That's
album. It was
wait, the album is out now, or they're
it's
releasing?
been out. It's done been out, son.
the song,
No,
the music video. That was sick.
Oh, I don't know. I was referring to the Christmas album. They released another Christmas album.
No. There is a new They dropped a new song.
Oh, okay.
yeah, they dropped a new song, so a new album is coming, I think, like in March.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Mike. What are you talking about? It's
Hey,
been
Thinking of
out.
the
I'm talking
Christmas.
about
He's thinking of the
Christmas
Christmas
here.
album.
We were talking about you talked about Christmas, but I was like, wait, they dropped a new song, not a Christmas song, Mike. Jesus Christ.
Hey, why don't you relax?
I know,
okay?
I'm just
He's still in
told
the
you.
Christmas vibe. He's
I'm
still in the
starting the
Christmas
year
spirit.
being unhinged.
We're not. This is not the Christmas spirit, Brian.
Christmas is over. Mike.
He's
Not
like, well,
in
then
my
why the
heart.
fuck is there still snow outside?
Yeah, exactly. Why is it 8 degrees?
We live in Chicago, and it's February. We're in the middle of winter, Mike.
February.
February. If it was March, then I would have said, yeah, why is there still snow? Global warming, but I'm a little woke.
Okay, I'm gonna take the reins for a
Yeah.
second.
Oh yeah, now it's your turn.
Marcelo, let's
Yo.
talk gear, my man.
Yeah.
I've been really horny lately for some gear talk. Brian won't
Oh.
give it to me.
It's all juiced up and ready to go.
Do you see that? Do you see that? Our video?
Yeah.
Well, what the
What
fuck
is up
happening?
with
What's
that?
going on? It looks like
What
he's
is
fucking spazzing out.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that was weird.
Okay,
We're like,
Don't say.
I'm like,
the
Ryan,
word-
what are you
don't say
doing?
horny
Stop
again.
it.
You're gonna trigger it.
maybe that's what it was. Yeah, didn't like that word. What are you using, man, for gear for your live show? I mean, I know, but for the audience here, for the lovely audience.
So my guitar I only own one 7-string, unfortunately.
Okay.
The 7-string I have is Chris Garza's 7-string from the dude from Suicide Silence. So here
man,
she is here.
That looks
We play
beautiful.
the tuning we playing is in drop A.
Drop A.
Um,
Sounds very familiar.
Mhm.
so I use that. I have my wireless right here, just this little piece of shit.
Ooh, this
Uh,
little piece of shit.
That's the piece of shit that Aaron uses.
Sorry, Aaron.
He's not watching.
never failed me. It's never failed me before. Just make sure you charge it before a show.
Oh yeah.
Tone, I have my max on 808. Gotta have that overdrive.
Okay.
The decimator, of course, the noise gate, and the tuning
Ooh.
pedal. That's all I use for my pedals. None of the extra fancy shit.
What do you plug in those pedals into?
Oh, I have it into my PV 6505.
Now, you want to talk about an amp that has been very influential, specifically in your genre. It is the PV 6505.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why I got it, because I'm like, oh shit, everybody's using this.
Yeah.
My favorite guitarists use this. I want this one.
Yeah. That or the PV 6505 Plus. I find a lot of metalcore and deathcore people use that. And I don't know if you're familiar with Misha's signature amp. He's got now the, was it the PV Invective, I believe?
I've never heard of that one.
You've never heard of that? It's basically an even more souped up version of that. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's
Dang.
pretty cool. Well, that's cool. And what kind of cab you running?
I got the Mesa 4x12. It's actually a fun fact is I got it off eBay back in 2018. It's actually the guitarist of Godsmack. He had that and toured with it.
Shit.
That is
It's
a fun
still in
fact.
great condition. I even have like his signature like in a paper, like a little plaque or some shit somewhere around in my room.
How much
But
did you
like
get it
it's for
for?
like $450.
That's
shit.
pretty normal.
480. Yeah, 450, 480.
It's pretty
not bad.
standard.
Yeah.
Oh, is he gonna wheel the cab over?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know if that's necessary.
I'm like, you're gonna make him show off the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, me and Brian have very minimized setups at this point for live shows. What do you want to tell them?
What do you mean
use?
minimize? Like,
It's a lot smaller. We're not running a half
You guys
stack
use
anymore.
half cabs, 2x12s.
I got 2x12 orange 2x12 with V Celestian 30s. Yeah.
And he's running his Line 6 H. What is
No,
it?
it's a Line 6 Pod Go through a
Magnum.
yeah, there you go. Magnum 44 power amp.
The Magnum.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then I'm running, well, I've got a lot of stuff going on back there, but for my live shows, what I've been doing is just running my Helix through a Seymour Duncan Power Stage, which is this tiny little box, and that's my power amp that goes into my Mesa 2x12. So,
I've been thinking of running, of getting a orange cryberry. I was gonna say cryberry.
Cranberry. Sounds
It's
delicious.
It's the 100 watt power amp, just to match my cab.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the beautiful thing about being a guitar player is that almost all of the new technology is catered towards us now. You know, we have amp sims, we have all these beautiful things, and with now, especially with effects, you have power amps that are in basically, this a small little pedal shape,
Just too bad that they're too expensive to afford. I want to own a Kemper someday.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, that is expensive.
Yeah.
I think I would get a Neural DSP before I get a Kemper. Are you familiar with that, Marcelo? Any of the profiles?
I'm not really familiar with that, to be honest. I probably have to come over there with these guys, and these guys have to show me and put me on with all this like advanced technology and shit.
Hey, man.
Oh, so you're one of those people that like to carry their heavy half stacks for the aesthetic, I see?
No, hey.
That's me.
I miss it, man. Sometimes you miss it because it's like, yes, I have traded the half stack for efficiency, essentially. But sometimes you play your half stack or you play, your head. I have an Angle Powerball and a Mesa triple rec, And when I turn those things on and I play through it, I'm like, God damn.
Show off.
Yeah.
It's like you
Fun.
just get such a different sound, you know, but it's like, oh man, I don't want to carry this.
It's a beautiful
Yeah,
angle.
Yeah.
I've actually never heard that one yet, like in person. So
Yeah, it's back there. I'm probably gonna use it for an upcoming video series, but
cool.
yeah. So that's it. Just a little gear talk.
Just a little small gear talk.
A little
Well,
bit of gear.
Yeah. A little gear.
What you got next, Brian?
I guess I has one more question. I mean, and this would be the same question we asked Influence. What is your take on AI generated art, both of y'all? Like, what do y'all think about it? Because I mean, this is a topic of discussion where people are, like, there's people who are with it, but there's obviously people who are against it because apparently, I don't know, I can't remember the name of the company, but supposedly, or well, not supposedly, there's been like cases where some of these AI companies are using art from like artists who are deceased without the consent of like the family of them, or basically it's just stolen art. What they're saying. So, what is your take on that? Like, are you with it or are you against it, and why?
30 seconds.
First, first and foremost, I don't agree taking somebody's art, especially if, like you say, if they have been diseased, you know, especially if it's art that's like everybody should know about, you know.
What if it's Hitler's art?
I mean,
Feel it.
that's
You had to bring that up. First,
that is a whole different.
That's a different
Stop
podcast, my
talking
guy.
about Christmas,
That is-
Brian.
Yeah, that is a different podcast, Marcelo. I agree.
That's a
We're not
different
Alex
podcast.
Jones.
The frogs are turning gay.
It's gotta be a history podcast, you know.
Yeah.
All right, back on topic. Damn it, Mike.
All right, yeah. So stealing art from art people is bad. Sorry. Continue.
I don't know, man. Like I wouldn't like it if somebody like if some other band out there took the art of our EP cover and used it in their way, you know?
Yeah, I
Because
agree
it's
with that.
it's like what the fuck, dude? Like that's mine. Like if you want to use it, pay up, you know? Like you had to be like fair enough, you know, try to negotiate in a way. Because in this the thing that we do, us as musicians, is it's all business, you know? Like you invest in your band, you invest in your craft, but you wouldn't like somebody taking that away from you after
Yeah, I
you've already invested so much money, so much time into it and work that it's like cheating, you know? It's like, you know,
It's like
having
copying
to
someone's
let
homework.
exactly. And you know, I never fully agree with that. Like especially with like here's a perfect example. So do you guys know the store H&M?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you walk into the store, there's like a bunch of t-shirts that has like classic 80s metal albums, but they're not like licensed by the band, you know?
Yeah.
So I always thought that like that was wrong because it's like, well, you think like kids nowadays who will buy an Iron Maiden t-shirt, do they even know who Iron Maiden is? You know,
Right.
like especially those that were like, this is my biggest pet peeve, and I may sound
Nirvana?
like a dick. Yeah, I'm not even a fan of
Go ahead.
Nirvana like that, but this is my biggest pet peeve when I
Yeah.
see like somebody out there that's wearing a Nirvana t-shirt or a Metallica t-shirt,
Yeah.
and you go up to him and you ask them, "Hey, what's your favorite song?" And they don't know
Yeah.
jack shit about like
Yeah. I bet you can't even name 15 songs.
So I will say something about that. Like,
You
I don't
delete us.
mind it. I don't mind it as much.
Yeah.
But if I want to start a conversation with a person because, like, say they have a Metallica shirt, this wasn't a Metallica shirt. This was actually a Black Dahlia Murder shirt. And I was like, yo, that is a sick shirt. And you know how Hot Topic has Black Dahlia Murder shirts? So I was like,
Yeah.
dude, that's such a sick shirt. I saw them live. I saw them live 10 times, and I was like, oh, I like told them my favorite songs, and I'm like, what's your favorite song or album? And they just looked at me like, what are you talking about, man? What is this? Is a band? I'm like, bro,
Take that
what?
shirt off.
Give
I
it
was
to me.
like,
Give it to
I,
me.
I'm just like, man, I thought I made a friend here. I thought I made a friend, but now this is awkward.
You thought
Your
you were
phone.
about to talk about your favorite album.
Exactly, because my favorite Black Dahlia album is The Floor Rate, but
It's a good
yeah,
album.
it is. But yeah, like I said, it was just I went on a whole like I was just I think I was talking for like a good 10 minutes, and then only for me to hear, what are you talking about? I'm like, that broke my heart.
You know the feeling. Like
Yeah, I mean
it's
it sucks. Like some people
it's
would be like, "Oh, you're a dick for saying that," but I'm like, dude, it's just so awkward because you think that, oh, look, I can talk to this person because they have they're wearing a shirt of a band that I like or something, and then they don't know jack shit
Yeah.
about it.
yeah.
Little
It's just so weird. What
It's
about
like
you, Marcelo?
it's, I don't know.
And oh, sorry. Before we go to Marcelo, there is also another good example that I like to bring up. When the Kardashians were making their own shirts of metal bands, they had like the Metallica Kill 'Em All shirt, but with their face all over it, and they were selling it for $100. I was like, okay, get the fuck out of here with that.
No.
Yeah.
The worst one was when they had what's Morbid Angel's first album name?
Can't remember.
Maze of Torment,
I think so.
something like. So one of the Kardashians was wearing that shirt, but it was like ripped. It had like holes, and I'm just like, you
Oh.
know, dude, like, first of all, that's a classic death metal album,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
they're like one of the pioneers of death metal. Like
Ex- and for someone to do that, it's disrespectful.
Trying to
In
trying to
my
work like a fashion trend or some shit,
yeah,
Sucks.
it really does. What about you, Marcelo? What is your take on the whole AI thing?
I don't really have much to say about it. I think it's pretty cool that we're this much advanced where you can just simply get AI artwork for free and it looks so much like you, and I think it's pretty cool. But when it comes down to like people stealing artwork and shit, and that I never heard about, but I'm pretty sure it could be true. I think that's pretty fucked up. I mean,
I
and it
think
just
there's
so,
a there's a
so easy to.
lawsuit about that, but I can't remember exactly which one. I'll probably mention it on the episode. Maybe not.
Hmm.
But
But yeah, I don't really have much to say towards it. Like I didn't hop on that like AI trend. Like everybody's uploading their fucking AI artwork and shit. Oh, that's cool. It's pretty dope. But it's just like I don't know. It's just not my thing. It's whatever to me.
yeah, I mean, it ain't really my thing, but it caught my attention because I see people supporting it, but and defending
Mm.
it. They're like standing by it, but then there's people who are like literally just going at war with those people in the comments section whenever you see that shit.
Somebody had typed into the AI generator, like men washing giant sausages. And that was the prompt that somebody put into there. And it was literally dudes with like handlebar mustaches. Like,
Yeah.
like they were
Oh, I think I've
they were
seen that
dressed
before. Yeah.
down and they were washing giant sausages. And there was like 20 pictures. Like old-timey handlebar mustache guys washing gigantic sausages. And that,
Handlebar mustache, right? Like
yeah.
this.
No, like this. Where it's like that.
You want to know who? You want to know who you reminded me of? Actually,
Ari?
no, just a quick. The former vocalist of Warforged, Adrian. I was like,
Oh, okay.
he actually had a mustache like that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh, my point is people can type in ridiculous stuff into that for just fun, And sometimes it's just fun. It doesn't have to be serious. There is people out there selling AI artwork, So
That's dead. These hoes just need to stick to those Snapchat filters, and yeah, that's it. That's it. Get up with that.
Very good. It seems like we lost Christian. I think he probably had to go take a dump or something.
No, I'm right
Oh, there he
here.
is.
There he is.
He's his back picture.
He's got his
Yeah,
ear.
so
Yeah. Go ahead.
but like I was saying, like something that we all have in common is like this is things that we should take very serious of, you know, because
Okay.
like I said, it's money and a lot of time invested into it, and for other people to just like scrape it off like that, I find it a little disrespectful, you know.
Yeah, and a scumbag move.
Hmm.
I second that. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Kill them.
Is there anything else you'd like to add on to that, Mike?
No, that's pretty much it. Why don't you plug all your shit?
Yeah, where can we find you guys?
Everywhere.
Everywhere, huh?
You can, yeah, you can
Arby's?
pretty much,
Down the street.
Denny's too.
Denny's?
Denny's, yeah.
What the
I
fuck
actually
is up,
want to play a
Dennis?
show there.
Oh, you're trying to
Um,
recreate that.
Hey, it's 2023, you know,
Yeah.
Jordan year.
We need some new memes, man. Go out and make some new memes.
Right.
Fucking Waffle House. We're playing in a Waffle House this time.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Through that chair.
Oh my god. But anyways, yeah.
Waffle House! You're gonna make me fucking come!
Syrup just everywhere. Sticky ass syrup.
Yeah.
Hashtag sticky shows. Anyways. Yeah, but no, yeah, real talk though. Like you guys are on all the streaming platforms, or
Yeah, we're Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, iTunes, even YouTube, you know, just to make it easier for people out there. Other than that, like yeah, we're pretty much everywhere. Like I said,
the Facebooks, the Instagram.
the Instagram's everywhere. Just look us up, yo. We'll be
Rites of
number one
Torment.
up there. Yeah.
Awesome.
You got any shows in
the future, not anytime this month.
Yeah. In let's say early, like would you say March?
Or you guys plan on doing something else?
We might have one show maybe in mid-March, maybe, but at this moment, just for like Rites of Torment, my mind is focused on after this show on February 8th, it's just focused on working on the next EP, you know. So that's just main priority right now, rather than trying to book more shows, because we don't want our set to get dry, you know, playing the same set or same songs over and over.
Yeah.
But yeah, you might see a show from us maybe in mid-March or whatnot. Right, Christian?
Yeah, so right now we're just kind of focused on this February 8th show. And after that we want to try to get another record out probably almost by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Very
And
cool.
Will this
but
one
we
be another
are
EP or a full-length album?
I would say another EP, and then after that we'll work on a full length. But
Nice.
we are booked for a festival in Indiana,
Ooh.
which is happening in August 12th. So I think it's like a 2-day festival, and
What is the name of this festival?
NWI Fest. So Ben Zarn, I'm not sure if you know him. He's the singer of Them's Fighting Words, which is the band we'll be playing with next week. He is hosting that show.
Oh, very cool, man.
So he's hosting that show, and he just asked us to play, just to come out over there and, you know, play that fest.
I can feel the fists in the air already. Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for being a part of this. We were happy to have you guys.
Very much appreciated.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for letting me on stage that at Exit Saloon.
We'll do it again in the future.
Hopefully, I'm down. If you guys are okay with it, I'm totally down to just hop on there.
Oh yeah.
Take the mic, dude. Take it
For
away.
sure, my dude. All right,
Sure.
guys.
Alrighty.
All right.
Well, this was Shreddy Bois, new guest to this, and make sure y'all check out Rites of Torment
Yes.
On
Yeah.
all the things.
on all the things. We're gonna be linking it on the description.
Sounds good, man.
Alrighty.
Peace.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.